Homelessness is a much bigger issue in our community than many people realize. We see a homeless person every once in a while, but when you really look beneath the surface of what surrounds us, you will find out that homelessness is a significant problem. It is not a problem that the city can solve in and of itself. It is a problem that the community as a whole must rally together along with the city to address these issues. The city is, I'm confident to say that the city is very much aware of the issue of homelessness and the problems that come with it in terms of mental health services, food services, healthcare services, crime, and all the issues that surround the issue of homelessness in our community. We've done some things. We've addressed the issue of our homeless veterans by contributing $500,000 to Patriot Place, which is still an ongoing and developing project where that's concerned. The city gives money to Room at the Inn. It gives money to Turning Point. And we support all of these grassroots efforts. We support the food bank. We support the United Way. We support many other entities in the city that are addressing the issue of homelessness. There is another organization that is still working to provide or to create a comprehensive homeless shelter that does not exist now, that will be open 24/7, 365 days a year, that will provide services for mental health and counseling, job and placement, and all of that, as well as housing. The problem, of course, is funding. The city is willing to work with us, and I'm on that committee. It's called CATCH, Columbia Alliance to Combat Homelessness, but we are far away from making that vision a reality. But the commitment is there, the vision is there, we know the need, and we are striving every day to find a solution that will impact the lives of many more people than we are able to do today.
One of the things that we've been doing is piecemealing efforts to help homeless people, and I think that's why we're not getting as far ahead as we could. First thing, we need an affordable housing policy that affects every single kind of development, or whatever we come up with, that is applied consistently, and it grows, and over time we have addressed issues of homelessness. I believe in the model of housing first. A lot of people, if people have a house, they're not homeless. That can address a lot of issues. And then we also have, we need places for people to go, because everybody needs some place to go and feel needed, even if it's only a couple hours a day. I think we can do a lot more with educational and job opportunities, and that could be, one of my neighbors has this great idea for a place that's going to go on Garth and Sexton, and that there's lots of opportunities with arts, with jobs, with day jobs, something that people have a sense of being needed and are part of the community.
For me, in terms of combating homelessness, we have to ensure that we're continuing to do social equity programs. Like, for instance, as Dr. Ruffin mentioned, continuing to contribute funds to Room at the Inn, continuing to contribute funds to Turning Point, and those other homeless outreach programs that are staffed by amazing people that do their best to combat homelessness. Now, in my opinion, there's not too much the city can do to actually provide large amounts of housing. Even the community land trust that we're developing in terms of affordable housing is nowhere near providing enough homes for every single homeless person. However, it's not all bad news. One thing that we can do is we can continue to look at every single proposal with social equity in mind. For instance, the way that the state legislature has operated currently is that the bill that they passed banning the raise of the minimum wage was a multi-subject bill declared unconstitutional, and currently we have the ability to pass minimum wage. In my opinion, or pass a higher minimum wage, I should say. In my opinion, doing preventative practices like passing a higher minimum wage, but also doing things like continuing or ramping up our enforcement of ban-the-box policies. I know the last time I applied for a job, it still said right on there, have you been convicted of a felony? Which shows that even though this may be city policy, we have not stepped up this enforcement. Another thing that got brought up at the Wilkes Forum was the idea that affordable housing is really good, but even when we look at some of the affordable housing, what that doesn't cover is no income or low income housing. So what we need to do is start to rebuild this relationship with Columbia Housing Authority, even though I have my issues with them. We need to find ways to work together and build good low-income housing to address homelessness in a way where every dollar we spent, we ensure that the neighborhoods they're going into are accepting of a possible homeless shelter project, and ensure that we're not spending money on projects that are going to be tossed away by the neighborhoods as they have been in the past. Thank you.